Good afternoon, everyone. This is Providencia, and today we're going to be making carne guisado, which is beef stew. And I'm going to tell you everything that I have on this table. I got a small pack of beef stew right there. It was bigger. The pieces was bigger, but I cut them like a little smaller. So I cut them a little smaller, and I washed them very well. To the back I got potatoes. I peeled them and I cut them. I got baby carrots. I got olives, the sliced up one, the one like is for the salad, because I didn't have the whole one, but that will do. And I got chopped red onions. To the back still we got extra virgin olive oil. I got adobo. The adobo that I have is the one without the pepper. To the side of that I got white pepper, but if you have the black pepper, that's fine as well. I got a little bit of chopped garlic, fresh garlic, a whole can of Goya tomato sauce, chopped onions. I got a little bit of vinegar, just a little bit, maybe like a teaspoon or so. Right here, now we're over here, I got crushed red tomatoes. I got chopped cilantro, green peppers chopped, a little bit of flour right here, and 2 bay leaves. And I have, caldo de carne. This is the beef one. This is like, you know, the little things that come is like it's like the cube thing for chicken or for the beef. Well, this is the powder form, and this is for the beef. All right, since we're making beef stew, so let's get started to incorporate everything together. Okay, so to this pot I drizzled a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm showing it to you now. Waiting until it gets a little hot, because first you want to go and put the meat there. You want to brown it up. You're not going to cook it all the way through. Okay, you're just going to brown it on all the sides. I'm going to also sprinkle a little bit of flour, and then we're going to take it out, and I'll show you anyway. So give me a minute. Let me go and get the flour ready as well. Ready. I just sprinkled a little bit of water to see if the oil is ready. I didn't season the meat because the stew is going to have all the seasoning and it's going to go on the meat. So I'm going to start putting everything together. And I'm going to make this with white rice, biscuits, and some avocado on the side, which I will show you the plate towards the end. The rice I'm gonna make a little later because this is a very slow cooking process meal. What I mean is you're gonna have to leave this on the stove for at least an hour and a half to 2. I'm gonna put it a little higher for now. For like an hour and a half to 2, because you want it to get very tender, and this kind of meat requires you to let it cook for a while if you want that nice tender taste. If you try to cook it too fast, your meat, even if it's cooked, it's still gonna have like that rough, it's gonna be rough when you're eating it, and you don't want that. I'm also making a separate tutorial of the biscuits I'm gonna make. It's very, very simple, but that's in another video. Okay, so I'm gonna let this brown up, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna sprinkle the flour. Okay, so it's been cooking for like 5 minutes. Like I said, it's not gonna be fully cooked from the inside. So let's move this around. Oops. All right, and at this point, you wanna sprinkle some flour. I wish I could tell you guys measurements, but sometimes, even if you got the right measurements, it's not the way you want it. So I just, throw it in the pot and go. If I feel like I gotta add something later on, I will. This is gonna thicken up the stew beautifully. gonna add a little bit more. Okay, so right. I'm gonna let this cook for like 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna start taking all of this out. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna let it cook for 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna take it out and add all the other ingredients in. Okay, so I'm back and I took out all the meat, put it in a plate. It's cooling down. So now we're gonna add the other ingredients. I mean, you don't want to wash the pot. You want to leave it just like this. Onions first. Chopped onions. Red pepper. Cilantro chopped. I don't know if I should add the whole thing. Pardon the screaming. My son is watching Home Alone 2. And this is red pepper chopped. In case I'm saying everything twice, I know, because just in case you couldn't really understand what was on the table. For those that really don't know about Latin cooking, you know, at least they can see what I'm doing. Olives. These are salad olives when they're like this, chopped up, and they got, you know. Let me see. I'm not gonna add too much of that. Yeah, I'll add that much. Chopped garlic, fresh. If you want to use the jar one, that's fine, but I got a rule. I don't use none of that. And I got here a little bit of adobo. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit though. If I feel like it needs a little bit more flavoring, and I'll probably add a little salt later. And that's like probably towards the end, because you don't want to add too much salt or anything now. White pepper. You got black pepper, that's fine. A little bit of vinegar, just for that little tang. Crushed red tomatoes. I put a little bit of the juice from it too. I'm gonna add this whole can of tomato sauce. I'm gonna put up the heat up because it was real low. I didn't want everything to burn. So now I'm gonna start. And I add a cup of water. I don't know if I'm gonna need that much. I'm just added a cup of water for now. And this is the beef broth thingy. Oops. 2 parsley. Sorry I turned off the camera. My kids walked in here and I didn't want them to disturb the tutorial. And I said this was parsley. I am so sorry. This is not parsley. This is bay leaf. Alright? Those are 2 dried bay leaves. You could buy the fresh ones, but those are 2 bay leaves. When this is done, you take them out. Alright? That's just for flavor. So, I'm sorry, it's not parsley, it's bay leaves. So, as you can see, it's starting to boil up. I'm gonna add the carrots. You can add like the fresh carrots that, you know, you chop them up yourself. I bought the baby carrots so I don't have to do no chopping. And potatoes. I know you're like, my goodness, she added a lot of potatoes. Yeah, I like a lot of potatoes. Alright, let me see. I'll probably add a little bit more water. Because I want this to have like nice juice to it. Hold on, let me get another spoon because I don't know, I can't find. Oh, okay, I found it. Alright, so I'm gonna mix this around. Okay. So all the seasonings is in this pot. It looks really beautiful. I love all these colors. Okay, so at this point, it's gonna start boiling very soon because it's very high. At this point, you want to add the meat back. So, and add all the juice that was from the meat. And like I said, the meat wasn't all the way cooked, but it's gonna cook now. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil for like maybe 10 minutes. Alright? And then what I'm gonna do next is let it sit in the back burner for like an hour and a half to 2 on very low heat. Okay? Because like I said, this is like a rough kind of meat, you know, so you don't want to just even this will probably be done if I just boil it like in 20-30 minutes, you know, the meat I'm saying. But if you try to eat it like that with white rice, what's gonna happen is the meat is gonna be very rough. It's not, I mean, you want your meat to be nice and very soft, tender, you know. So like I said, I'm gonna let it boil for like 10 minutes. Let it come to a boil. Then I'm gonna put it very low in the back for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm not gonna make the rice now. I'm gonna make it a little later because what's the sense of doing it now? It just gotta wait. So I'll come back to this in a little while. No, not parsley. Okay, so now it came to a boil. I did taste it. It tastes very good. I added just a little pinch of salt. Alright, I didn't want to add too much salt because this is going to be cooking for an hour and a half. You know, towards the end, you want to taste it again, and if you still feel you want to add a little bit more salt, that's fine. I added a little pinch, but other than that, it tastes really good. So I'm going to put this on low, an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we'll be back. Okay, so this is the end, and it's been on very low heat for at least 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yes, I went there, because the longer you leave it there, the more tender the meat is. So look at the potatoes, nice and done. Oh, look at this. Okay. This is the way it's supposed to look. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna taste it too, and I will be taking out that bay leaf because you don't want to serve anybody that when you're serving a plate. So I'm gonna taste a little bit. Look, the sauce is very thick, as you can see. Okay, that's the consistency you want. So let me just taste it a little bit. See if I gotta add maybe a little bit of salt. Oh my God, I don't have to add nothing at all. It's just perfect the way it is. Delicious, my goodness. Okay, so let me go to the other side of the stove. As you can see, I got my white rice being done. Hold on. Okay, sorry, the pot is moving. About to put a little bit of aluminum foil. Once it dries up a little bit more, like the rice, like maybe another 2 minutes, I'm gonna go and put aluminum foil, put the tapa on the top, and we're gonna serve that nice white rice with that deliciousness right there in that pot. And I also got my biscuits in the oven. And I got a nice, beautiful avocado. This is going to be a perfect meal. So one more segment, you guys, and you're going to see the whole plating, okay? Okay, so this is the final dish. White rice. Let me turn it a little bit so you can see it more better. Since the star dish here is really the beef stew. The carne guisada. Or guisado, whichever way anybody want to say it. Alright, so white rice with 2 slices of avocado, peach apricot biscuits, and the video is based on this nice tender meat with carrots, potatoes, just a lot of goodness going on there. So I hope you make this tutorial, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I hope to see you soon. God bless. Bye.